Welcome to the first edition of our UpLoad video magazine for 2026. Today, we're traveling to Czechia and Switzerland. We also peer over the shoulder of a crane expert who explains a new practical feature to drivers of Likan 3 cranes. And here's where things get really exciting. Here in Hanyš, we'll be crowning the world champion crane operator. And of course, we'll be there to watch. First, though, we head to Czechia and its beautiful capital city of Prague. It's also the headquarters of Hanyš, the largest crane and heavy haulage company in the country. It's a special honor to meet Rostislav Hanyš, who founded his company over 30 years ago.
We founded the company in the 90s after much deliberation. I started with one crane and also drove a crane myself. There was a demand for construction services at the time, which prompted me to set up a company and increase the number of cranes. We gradually grew and took on new employees. We got to know Liebherr right from the start. The quality, performance and service convinced me. Since then, we have only used Liebherr cranes. Our most powerful cranes are the LR 1750 and the LTM 1800, which we use for the heaviest jobs, such as the assembly of large steel structures or bridges. Our latest cranes are the Liebherr MK 140 and the Liebherr LTC 1050. We bought the MK because it is a universal crane with a wide range of possible uses. It can be set up quickly and is particularly suitable for cities where space is limited. We use it for various assembly jobs in industry and construction. We are not ruling out an interest in similar machines in the future. As far as the LTC 1050-3.1 cranes are concerned, we have 14 of them in our fleet and are very satisfied with them. In Prague, it is ideal in narrow streets and densely built-up areas. We can reach places more easily where other cranes cannot. Our partner is Liebherr's Czech representative. We have been working together for a long time, which suits me perfectly.
This partner with whom Hanyš works is a company called Klimex. It's also our partner for the sale, servicing and repair of used cranes.
The advantages are reliability, performance and modern technology. And in the event of a fault on the construction site, customer service responds at lightning speed. And if a repair is not possible, we can replace the crane immediately or almost immediately with a similar one.
At the site in Přerov, the service branch is currently building a new hall, in which cranes up to 9 axles in size can be repaired.
It will be our company's newest and most modern hall, equipped with 2 25-ton gantry cranes, assembly pits and a separate washing system. Our service center here in Přerov covers an area of 23,000 square meters. We have been operating here since 2001. In addition to servicing Liebherr mobile cranes, we also carry out major repairs and general overhauls of cranes in Mělník, both for our customers and for the Liebherr plant in Hanyš. The need for such repairs has also become apparent here in Moravia in Přerov. Here too, there are customers who need a basic repair or a general overhaul of their crane after an accident. We are also able to offer this service for the Liebherr plant in Hanyš. Klimex was founded in 1991 after the Velvet Revolution in the Czech Republic as a private company. It represents the Liebherr plant in Ehingen, that is, it imports, sells and services mobile cranes in the Czech Republic.
We're back in Ehingen, where we're now asking ourselves the question, what happens if? Looking into the future could sometimes help us to make better decisions or even avoid damage. We've now created such a tool with our new Licon 3 crane control system, the Load Preview. And one person who can explain to us how this new tool works is Janis Gash from our Mobile Crane Acceptance Division. Hello, Janis.
Hi, Martin.
Janis, the Load Preview is particularly helpful if you can't fully extend all the outriggers on a cramped construction site. Why is that?
You're right. Take a seat and I'll show you.
Gladly.
With the Load Preview, the crane operator can see whether or not he can reach his desired position before he moves. With the Variobase variable support base, the Licon control system calculates the crane's load torque limitation. The length and support forces are taken from each support, and our lifting capacity is calculated in the current situation. If the crane operator reaches a limit range via a movement, e.g. turning or luffing, the crane switches off automatically.
Until now, the crane operator could not see when the critical area begins. And with unevenly extended outriggers, load tables don't help either.
You're right, until now the crane operator could only rely on the time-consuming simulation with the job planner. Now the crane operator can see on the display how the boom is currently positioned and what happens when we turn or luff. The crane operator can now switch between turning and luffing once in the display directly under Load Preview. It also has the same function on the master switch on the assignable function buttons. Then we can retrieve the image again enlarged, including for the luffing range and once for turning. You can now lift the load.
Okay.
Right, now we can see our three different colors: green from 0 to 90%, yellow from 90 to 100%, and red, our switch-off point. The crane operator can therefore see at any time whether the desired target position of his load can be reached with the current setup status and boom length.
This is a real relief for the crane operator and at the same time increases safety during operation. Thank you, Janis.
You're welcome, Martin.
Now it's off to Switzerland, specifically to Bern, where we're accompanying the world's first deployment of our new MK120-5.1E mobile construction crane. The E in the crane's name stands for electric, by the way. Our mobile construction cranes are able to do this right from the start, generally with site power. In Bern, however, a large battery on a trailer provided the power required.
The MK120 is new, the first in Switzerland. It's much nicer to drive, much more stable thanks to the 6 meters shorter boom.
The maneuverability is very good. It can be steered with either axle. You can really get into the narrowest alleyways here. The MK120 is particularly suitable because it requires little space on the ground and has a high load capacity. The cost effectiveness is excellent because we can deploy the crane very quickly. We don't need to add ballast because the load capacity is already very good. With variable support, we can work really well here. We now also have the Liduro trailer here in Bern, so that we have low noise emissions and few other emissions. And this in turn is great news for residents.
The new display with touchscreen is luxury. Everything is superbly set up for operating and driving. Really great.
We are using our MK120 for the first time today. The task is to place the emergency roof elements on the old houses, by which we mean we have to set down the elements, which weigh up to 2.5 tons, with a boom radius of 45 meters.
Today's issue concludes with the grand finale, a competition that combines technology, precision, and passion like no other. Game of Cranes. After 5 spectacular preliminary rounds around the world, the finalists meet where mobile cranes are built. In addition to attaching loads, the participants have to drive a freight container on a hook through a course without the balls inside falling off the pylons. Here, every millimeter decides between victory and defeat. On the course, a 5-ton ballast plate has to be maneuvered through a complex obstacle without touching it. The highlight? The drivers have to place a steel plate precisely between 2 concrete blocks. The crane drivers then have to fill the contents of a beer bottle into the glass without spilling it, while operating with 2 hooks. The final challenge, maneuver a slewing ring through a tubular construction using 2 hooks and the BTT-E radio remote control without touching the hot wire.
Yeah, it was challenging.
In my head, it was go a bit crazy, but that was fun.
I'm just here to have fun and go with the ride. It's awesome. I'm loving it.
It's very good.
Who is it? The world champion of the game of cranes. It's Scott White from City Lifting UK. This is to you and to the whole industry, but also to your company and your family.
Mental, thank you so much.
And I'm standing here now with Scott White, the first winner of the Game of Cranes 2025.
Scott, how do you feel?
Amazing, buzzing, lost for words, but no, just blown away, blown away.
What's the most fun part about the Game of Cranes?
I think the most fun part for Game of Cranes is probably getting to meet everyone that's actually involved in the organisation of it, just looking at the huge factory. This is one impressive site. It's bigger than you could ever imagine, you know, because this is my first time here. It's always been a bit of a dream to come to. It's a bit of one off the bucket list, but it's just so impressive. It's so clean, the staff are so friendly. No, it's just a real big family, great event. It's been amazing.
All right, thank you so much, Scott. Have a safe trip home, and then we're looking forward to seeing you back here in 2027.
I can't wait.
We say goodbye from Eyingen, and thank you for watching. In the next issue, we'll be traveling to Switzerland and to an assignment in Horb am Neckar. And as always, exciting news from Eyingen. See you then!
Bis bald!